I'd like to introduce you to a fellow real estate investor that just lost $50,000 on a real estate deal. She's from Northern Virginia and she broke two of the biggest mistakes that I'm going to go over today that you can avoid whenever you're bringing money or doing a large transaction in real estate. So let's go along on this journey. I'm going to show you the backstory, read you her story because she's in litigation now, and further show you the steps that we take every time we bring money to a deal. Let's go. Greetings, class. This is Kris Haskins with therealestateroundup.com. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. In doing that, I get to just document my life and share with you the stories that affect me and will help you on your financial journey. Today, I want to introduce you to a real estate investor. She's from Northern Virginia. And before we do that, we are here. Happy Labor Day to you, Roundup family. The Landlord's Guide to Section 8 housing is here. Go ahead and invest in yourself with the link below. Listen, if you're tired, if you're anything like me and you're just sick and tired of worrying whether your rents are going to come in, why not partner up with the biggest, baddest business in the land, the United States government? The Landlord's Guide to Section 8 housing has taken me almost 3 months to put together. And you're going to see the modules here, how to locate, screen, what do you need to do before you get the property inspected, and what do you do after inspection? So go ahead, the link is below, get signed up, and I'm going to give you, like I always do, a Labor Day huge discount because you have believed in the knowledge that we're giving out. I'm so honored. I'm honored that you allow me to serve you, okay? So get signed up with that below, get rocking and rolling. But I want to introduce you to Vina Real. Vina Real. Now, this story comes from Bigger Pockets. If you don't know Bigger Pockets, it's like the Facebook or Instagram for real estate investors. We share our war stories, our accomplishments, question and answers, all on Bigger Pockets. So if you don't have an account there, I recommend you to go there and just sign up. You are going to see some stories. So today, as I was just scrolling through, and I'm going to tell you one of the habits that I like to force myself to do is get off of social media, Facebook, Insta, all that stuff, and get on to social media for real estate investors, right? So that's what Bigger Pockets is for. If you just kind of channel your energy there, you'll learn more. Okay, so we're talking about Vina Real. I'm going to read you her first post, and then we're going to go over a few other posts. The lady just lost 50 grand, 50 large, right? And I don't want this to happen to you because the most I've lost on a deal is 20,000, right? So sharing other people's stories will assist us in what not to do. So let me read you Vina's story. Beware, the topic. Beware of Joe England. He was a podcast speaker on, no doubt, people that listen to the Bigger Pockets podcast think that the people coming on are experts, right? I would. Here she writes, I had a bad experience lending money to Mr. Joseph England. I want to share my experience in the hope of helping others who are thinking of investing with him. I always see his posts on the forums. He's active on Bigger Pockets. Listened on his podcast. Apparently he's got some type of content that he puts out continually. And I was impressed by his posts in 2017. Then I saw his ad on the BP Marketplace for a Baltimore property that he was wholesaling. I thought this looked like a good deal, so I contacted him and eventually bought that house from him. Okay, so I then offered to loan him my $50,000 from a Self Directed IRA. So that tells me that she is a semi-sophisticated investor. She knows the tools and the tricks and the strategies that a savvy investor use. She knows what a self-directed IRA is at an interest rate of 7% for 2 years. I thought this will be a win-win situation for us. He'll be able to use the money while at the same time guide me through my first BRRR. For those of you that don't know, BRRR, I was doing it years ago. I didn't even know what it was, right? It's buy, renovate, rent out, refinance, and repeat, right? So she wants to buy and hold. 2 years came and he did not return that money nor the interest. Poor thing. I filed a lawsuit against him 2 months ago and got served the subpoena, but he has not responded yet. This post is not written to get sarcastic remarks, but to warn people to avoid Mr. England like the plague. like the plague. So Roundup, we're going to go over some definitions here. Make sure you got your Barron's book. If you don't have your Barron's book, class is getting ready to get started. You better go download it. You can either, I'll put the link for this below, or just go to krishaskins.com to my suggested or recommended reading. You'll see all my books there. Vina, first of all, you know I love you. I love you. So let's keep going down here and let's continually reading. I didn't get this all the back and forth. A lot of people were talking some mess, talking about lawsuits and stuff. I'm going to stay to the real estate part because this is most important. She lost, man. See, this is what I don't want for you, the position that she's in. We'll get to that. All right. Her next post is somebody said, well, how did you loan the money? Justin, it was a promissory note made from my self-directed Roth IRA without an asset. That's mistake number one. No asset, which we're going to get to, right? Let's keep going down here. Justin also says, asked her, why did you loan her the money? She loaned it for funding of his rental slash flip business. Okay. So apparently she's investing in his business. He he apparently came off like he was a professional real estate guy. Jay asks, okay, apparently Jay must have asked, and that's what I did. So she replies to Jay, and that's what I did. I gave him an unsecured loan, promissory note from my self-directed Roth IRA, and that's what other loans from my account consist of. All right, so we know what she did. Rule number 1 and 2, unsecured promissory note, unsecured. So she broke both rules. All right, pay attention. Class is in session. I'm going to have to work this. So just if you want to follow along the steps of the wealthy that keep their wealth, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time, Roundup family. You're not going to learn this stuff overnight. So stay along with us for this journey, for this ride. All right, I got to work it. All right. So let's talk about the first thing she did. Unsecured loans. She did an unsecured loan. Security. Get your bearings out. Let's talk about security. What is security in the real estate world? What is security? Oh man, I love that's why I love real estate. It speaks in the spirit of words. Black ink on white paper. You read it, that's what it is. It can't be changed. It is right there in black and white. I love it. It's black and white, okay? Just like the Bible and the Quran, right? Security. It is an interest in real estate in which the real estate serves as collateral. Let me repeat that. Security interest. It is an interest in real estate in which the real estate can serve as collateral. Oh man, those words are like music to my ears. They are music to my ears. Vina, first of all, once again, I'm repeating this. I love you. I love you and my Roundup family. Security. Mistake number 1. She broke the rules of security. We never, remember this, get this into your mind. We never put out money unless we have an equal or greater asset that we can exchange in return for the value of the money that we put out. Okay, let me repeat that. We never give out any money unless there is sufficient collateral that we can trade in exchange for the value equal to or greater than for the money that we put out. Roundup. You do not loan out money unless there is a way that you can get your money back by liquidating an asset. Oh man, I get riled up when we start talking about this stuff. Vina, you know I love you. Let's go to collateral. Let's see what collateral is. Collateral, I love it. Collateralization, substitution of collateral, cross-collateralization. I mean, we could go all day about this stuff. Collateral is a piece of property that's pledged as security. You see how these go back and forth? For a debt. Let's repeat that. Collateral, your Barron's Guide, is a piece of property that's pledged as security for a debt. Now, Vina, I don't know why you did this, but why would you loan out money? Once again, I'm saying this lovingly. Why would you loan out money without security? Security allows that pillow. Oh man, that pillow feels so good at nighttime when you got security. You get to sleep at night. Now, without security, Roundup, that pillow's hard. Oh, in Jesus, that pillow can get real hard, as no doubt it's gotten for Vina. That pillow's probably real hard as you lay your head on it. So collateral, mistake number 1, we never loan out money without some type of security that is collateral, which is equal to or greater than the amount of money that we are loaning out. All right, we need to be able to liquidate that, okay? Rule number 1. You know what's interesting? If you don't break these rules, you'll be fine. You will be completely fine, Roundup. Rule number 2, gotta have an instrument. You gotta have an instrument. Kris, what are you talking about? A trumpet or something like you play? No, I'm not talking about that, but that is an instrument. We're talking about an instrument in the real estate world. You have to have an instrument that allows you to go and take back whatever it is, whatever the collateral that has been pledged for the money that you have put up. Let me repeat that. You have to have an instrument that describes the terms, interest rate, monthly payment, debt amount that allows you to go and take back unobstructable the collateral or the security that you have put up, right? The money that you have put up. Okay, so you need to take that. I need to be able to say, you know what? I don't need to talk to anybody. Let me go seize or take back unobstructable. I love that word, unobstructable. Unobstructable, can't be stopped. These words are like music to my, I hope these words are singing to you like they are for me. Instrument, let's see what that is to your barons. An instrument is it's a written legal document created to establish the rights and liabilities of the parties to it. Examples, deed of trust, land contract, lease. So you got some type of instrument that is outlining the terms. In this instance, one of our instruments is going to be a deed of trust. The deed of trust is recorded at the courthouse. It allows me to go and take back unobstructable the collateral which was pledged in return for the amount of money that I loaned out. Okay. So we have 2 instruments. The first one is the deed of trust, aka the mortgage. It's at the courthouse, allows you to seize the property, and the promissory note. The promissory note, that is just another instrument. It is just a piece of paper outlining the terms. The promissory note will say, listen, you loaned $50,000. I think she said 7%, 2 years. So the story goes on that. But if these terms if somebody defaults on these terms, then I get to exercise my deed of trust to go take back the collateral. Let me repeat that. Terms are here. Here's my instrument that allows me to go to the courthouse, file my substitution of trustee. Then I can take back the collateral. Don't forget the word that I want to emphasize here: take back. We're taking back. I ain't got to call nobody. I don't got to call Mr. Joe England. I ain't finna talk to you, player. I don't need to talk to you. I get to go, Vina, take back that house, right? I don't got to call you. I hired my attorney, the substitute trustee, and we're done. I get to take back the collateral and then go liquidate it and get my money back. Now, there are some rules when dealing with these two mistakes or these 2 guidelines that we do business by whenever we put up money. And this is whether we're loaning money or doing a deal with somebody else, right? You need to have this in place. Your lien position. This deed of trust, all it is a lien against the property. This deed of trust that is our instrument that allows us to foreclose, take back the property. It is nothing but a lien against the house, okay? So there are some positions that you must be mindful of. The position of the note. Now, I would prefer that Vina be in first position because she can take back the property and wipe out all other junior liens, right? And remember, the definition of a lien is the definition of the position of the lien is only when it was recorded, right? Was it recorded February 1st, March 3rd, April 2nd? So you can have an infinite amount of liens on a property, but who's senior? Who's number 1? Who's in first position? So I would prefer and encourage you to be in first position at all times because you get to wipe everybody out. Now, are there instances where I will possibly do second position? The only reason we will do second position, and what is second position? That means if you have to exercise your deed of trust to take back the collateral to get your money back, you have to then satisfy the first. Now, let me repeat that. If you go in second position, say Vina's $50,000 was in second position, she would then have to satisfy this first, whatever it is, it could be 100, 200, 300,000, to exercise her deed of trust to get that collateral back, okay? I mean, she'll get it back, but she still has to pay for that deed of trust. So first position is the best. Second is good. After that, I don't even want you dealing with it. Third If you're a master or an expert, you can do third position. But we only do second position if we're willing to pay off the first. We only do second position Roundup if we're willing to start dancing with the first. So say Vina loaned $50,000 on the second. Say the first was 80. Vina should be willing to pay that 80 off. And the way you do that is to verify how much equity is there. So if she has 50 here, 80 there, that means there's 130 out. 80, 90, 1, 10, 20, 30. That's right, 130. So I would want the house to be worth 180, right? So she has no problems paying off this first. Now she's in a good equity position, okay? The only reason we do second position is if we're willing to pay off the first. So now, Vina, 2 mistakes we made. You didn't get security against you didn't have any collateral. What can I sell? What can I liquidate? What can we put on the open market to sell and get back the money that I have invested? What is it? Is it a house? Is it some piece of equipment? Is it office supplies? Is it going to be a car? Is it going to be land? I don't know, plane, whatever it is. Instrument, your deed of trust allows me to go to the courthouse and unobstructable take that house back, right? All right, we got baby P. All right, I'm almost done, baby P. Last, promissory note, explains the terms. And I think she did have that note. But if you default on this promissory note, what is your course of action? What is your recourse, right? What's your recourse? So, all right, 1 second. Taylor, thank you. Thank you. I'm working for y'all. You know, I get excited when it comes to this real estate stuff. Baby P, you good? He just wanted to make himself known on this Labor Day. And he wants to be known too. I can't hide baby P. Promissory note, deed of trust, collateral. And these are advanced moves, Roundup. I don't want, if you're a newbie, I don't want you doing this stuff. I don't want you going out there putting up a bunch of money, because I have seen my mentor lose 30 grand loaning money to an owner occupant. We only loan money from investor to investor. We only put out money investor to investor. We only put out money investor to investor, okay? Beat that in your head. We only put out money investor to investor, okay? You got the stuff here, lean position. So listen, Roundup, this Labor Day weekend, enjoy your family. I pray that this is reaching you in good health. The Landlord's Guide to Section 8 housing is done. Go ahead and exercise your right to get your rents. Why shouldn't I get my rents on time? I sacrificed my money, my time, and effort to buy this property. I wanted to cash flow. It's not fair that us investors have to go through civil court, and now we can barely even evict people, where if you rent a car, it's criminal, right? So get signed up for that below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel as we pass 60,000 subscribers. Roundup, share with any other investors or people that are starting in the real estate business. Like this content. Roundup, happy Labor Day to you and your family. I look forward to seeing you soon. Get signed up for the Landlord's Guide to Section 8 housing and get your rent on time. Partner up with the United States government, the biggest business in town. That's what I did. And my rents have been coming in like clockwork ever since. Vina, hopefully I'm trying to get you for an interview. You can share your story with my Rounduppers. Pay attention, Roundup. You do it like this, you won't lose money. You won't lose money. Take it from me. I've lost enough for the both of us. And Vina did too. Happy Labor Day, everybody. See you soon.